I graduated a long time ago, actually at Solvay, but at the Flemish side. I graduated when internet was just starting. It was really in the beginning, it wasn't even commercial yet. But that means that I had the luck, as from the beginning of the internet, to be involved in all kinds of emerging technologies. But very quickly I got involved into what was called back then banking technology. At some point in time somebody rebranded it to FinTech, which is a good thing, but I have no idea who did it, when they did it. But it means that I've been involved in FinTech even before FinTech existed. And well, over the 20 years I've been working in FinTech, I've been involved in all kinds of aspects, from smart card and retail payments, over security to internet banking to bulk payments and all kinds of aspects of FinTech. It was actually, the whole thing was triggered by SEPA. SEPA is the Single Euro Payments Area. It's an initiative that started, I think, almost 10 years ago, whereby the banks decided that they wanted to make the whole of Europe one, not only for the euro coins, but also on the technology level. So it was a big initiative of the banks. At first I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but through a twist of fate I got involved in everything related to SEPA. And at some point in time I started representing an Irish company offering SEPA solutions to corporates, because not only the banks but also the corporates were heavily impacted by SEPA. They had to change a lot of their technology and a lot of their processes. So I was involved in that, and I quickly realized that many of those bigger companies, in terms of accounts payable and in terms of payments technology, they were quite outdated. Their technologies were outdated, their processes were outdated, and so I decided to look for a solution to help them out. And this is how I came across Accept Email, which we recently rebranded to Accept Easy. So I came across Accept Easy. I knew the founder very well, and together we decided that I would take care of the Belgian operations, and this is how I ended up here representing Accept Easy in Belgium. The biggest challenge I have is making sure that people listen. So the whole thing about payments and banking technology and FinTech is that there are already a lot of players, many players, also many big names, big brands, and so lots of companies are somewhat indoctrinated, or at least not maybe indoctrinated, but they have been hearing so many times the same message from the big names that in the end they start thinking in one certain direction. And when you as a smaller company come up with an innovative idea, with something that's new, that's innovative, and that can change actually their way of working in a positive way, it's sometimes very hard for them to listen to what you're saying, because they see it in a specific context and it's hard to get them out of that context. So if you then finally succeed in getting a face-to-face, having that person understand you, then you're not even there yet, because then he needs to start convincing the other people in the company, and when that has happened, then the company needs to change, needs to start adapting their processes, start implementing new technologies, and then they need to start doing what's very specific about FinTech. They need to start turning volumes. So it takes a lot of steps before you get from your innovative idea to actually the volumes that your customers are cranking out, and that's the big challenge. It's getting from that one point, having a very good idea, to actually getting it adopted by many people at the same time. The mother company is based in the Netherlands. So Accept Easy in the Netherlands exists since quite some time. We have more than 600 big billers as customers, very big names, big electricity companies, big insurance companies. So we've got lots of volumes, we're profitable, we are not really a startup over there. But in Belgium, we are a startup. So in Belgium, we have not at all reached those volumes and that status yet. We did succeed in convincing a couple of big brands to use our technology. So we've got companies like BMW, we've got VAB, which is a Dutch touring assistance company. There's Tech Data. There's lots of interesting names that are starting to use our technology. Even Telenet, which is a big telco operator, who has specifically co-invested in another technology, did realize after a while that our technology was actually a perfect complement to what they were already doing. So we've got quite some interesting names already, but we still are not there in terms of volumes and in terms of proliferation of the market. The market we operate in is a complex market. We typically are considered as a competitor of many existing technologies, although we do not consider ourselves competitors, but more a complement. Many companies see us as competitors, so they pass on the same message to their customers or their prospects. So it's in the mainstream market of e-invoicing, it's relatively difficult for us to get a position amongst all the other suppliers in an oversaturated market. So we've decided to do it the other way around. We are going to go into niche markets where we have a definite advantage, where none of our competitors are actually present. And so we are now going to establish a presence in the niche market with the same brands, but in very niche applications. And as soon as we have that market, then we can start branching out to the more mainstream market and become bigger in volumes.